Hey, got a little bit of a different video for you this week. I'm actually going to be in Tampa, Florida, September 29th and 30th. So this Friday and Saturday, being FTA for the Tampa off-season FRC, First Robotics Competition event called Roboticon. So I'm actually going to be flying out on Thursday, and I would normally post this video on Friday, but I figured since I'm doing this, I figured it'd be a great time to do something that First has been encouraging their volunteers to do, and that's share their first story. So this is #MyFirstStory. So I may be a little more emotional than I normally am on these videos. So bear with me on that. First has had a crazy impact on my life, and the craziest part to me is I'm not an alumni. And it sounds really weird to say that, because I mean, I really actually tried to get a program started in high school. And so when people ask me, you know, how long have you been involved in First? It's kind of confusing to say, because do I tell them, you know, when I first got introduced to the program? Do I tell them when I mentored a team in college? Do I tell them when I judged, or do I tell them about now? It all starts for me back in 1999. My parents got a call from my uncle who was involved in First and said, hey, I'm going to be in Ypsilanti, Michigan doing this robotics competition for high school students. Why don't you bring Rick up and show him what it's about? And we went up there, and I got this cool t-shirt, and it's First Gear Up, and it is from the 1999 Double Trouble event. And this was my first experience, and it had 8 competitions that year. So we went to go see this crazy robotics competition, and I was hooked. I went back, you know, me and my parents went back and tried to start a team in my high school, and we failed. We couldn't find sponsors. The school didn't buy into it. It's the way it was. It was still such a new program, and we didn't have the resources we have now. You know, that was my chance to be on a team, to start a team in high school, and I didn't get that chance. And that kind of shapes the rest of the story. A few years later, when I was in college studying electronics, my advisor pulled me aside and said, hey, Rick, I have an alumni who's now a teacher who's doing this robotics competition and needs some mentors to come help him grow the team and teach these kids a little bit more about electronics. Would you be interested? And I was like, sure. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And that was Team 1278, the Bears out of North Royalton High School in North Royalton, Ohio. And I played with them. I mentored the team for triple play, and I mentored the team for aim high. That was a crazy cool experience. It was awesome. It's amazing to me that I got that chance. And unfortunately, after aim high, the team didn't have the funding to keep going and broke up, and I was busy with school, and life got in the way again. And for a couple years, I lost interest in First. I didn't have a chance to do it. Me and my wife moved to Columbus, Ohio, and I was working for Time Warner Cable at the time. And there was an initiative in Time Warner Cable, their charity initiative, that was called Connect a Million Minds. They were sponsoring a competition. I got this email and saw it. I emailed the person back and said, you know, is this, what is this? Is this First? And they said, yeah, it's First. I got to be a judge for 2 years for the Connect a Million Minds Invitational put on by Central Ohio Robotics Initiative, Corey. That was cool. It was, again, I've a mentor team. I judged this off-season event. That kind of got me really interested in volunteering. But, you know, as is life, it got in the way again. Me and my wife found ourselves moving to Alabama. Basically lost track of First for quite a while. A couple years later, we bought the house we live in now, and I got the chance to start getting back into making things and having my own office and my own project space. And I was looking for a maker space at the time, and just so happened we went to a little art show, and one of the maker space I was interested in looking into was there. It was Columbus Makes It, and I got to meet a gentleman by the name of Frank Brasky, who runs the First Lego League for Columbus, the Columbus area, Columbus, Georgia. You know, I was talking about the maker space, not really expecting anything, you know, just kind of talking about what kind of tools they had and what they had available. And he says, oh yeah, we do mentoring and work for a high school robotics competition. And I stopped him and I said, are you talking best or First? And he kind of got that look in his eye like, this person knows. That's how I got involved with Georgia First, the Peachtree District and Team 4188 Columbus Space Program. And that was right before Stronghold season. And that's kind of where everything took off. I mentored 4188 for 2 seasons. I got to start, my current team I'm mentoring is Team 7072 Ogre, Opelika's greatest robotics engineers. I'm now co-lead FTA for the Peachtree District. I'm on the Leadership Training Council for Peachtree, and it's amazing to me to look back on this and find out, you know, from that first event I saw in 1999 that I get to make this impact. I get to do these things. This is where it gets a little emotional for me. My first event, the first district event for the Peachtree region, was the Columbus District Qualifier in 2016. Heck of an event. There was all the problems that go into the first district event a district runs. It was Saturday night, and we were packing up. It was me and a handful of other volunteers there, including Connie Haynes, who was the executive director of Georgia First. And we were the last, like, maybe 10 people there doing the final rolling out of the crazy amount of carpet we had to put down for that event. And Connie kind of got emotional and said, you know, why do you guys do this? Why are you guys still here? And I told her at the time that, you know, 4188 had just won their district event. They were the home team. Their alliance had won, and I felt like a big part of that. And I was still on cloud 9. I said, you know, I got my win. This was my win, and it was wrong. It was wrong to say that, and that's eaten at me for a while because it wasn't about the win. I would have been there. No matter what. It took me a while to figure out why. I kind of came with this saying that I do because others don't. And it comes from that fact that I can see the lives change. I can see the impact this program makes on teenagers and kids, because I can see the impact it's made on me. I really think everyone should have this opportunity to have this chance if they want it. You know, this is my first story. It's still going on. I want to challenge everyone who's watching this video to get out there and do something. And probably the biggest surprise to me is that this is a robotics competition, but you don't have to be an engineer. You don't have to be a machinist. You don't have to have any robotics experience to go out there and help these teams. These teams need business people. They need artists. They need designers. They need, you know, management people to help them, you know, be better. Don't feel like you don't have the skills to help a team. You do. Even just by being there, you can help a team. And even if there's no team in your area, there could be a competition you could help at. And it's not just First. There's Vex Robotics, there's Best. There are a bunch of programs out there that do this. And if you can't find a First program or a First event you can help at, find another one. It's critical we get STEM education into the schools. The kids have this chance to be on a team and work on something that's not just a sport. Because this is a sport for the mind. It changes lives. It changed my life. And I think it could change a lot of lives. That's my first story. So that being said, if you're going to be in the Tampa area on September 29th or 30th, come say hi to me at the USF Yingling Center. I'll be the person in the FTA shirt, and come say hi, come see some great robots. If you can't make it to that, you know, go to firstinspires.org. Link's going to be in the description. Find an event near you, find a team near you, see if you can help out. And if you can't find one for First, there's Vex, there's Best, there's programs out there. Get out there and help these kids out, help these teams out. Sometimes just being there can make the whole difference in the world. Thank you for watching. Keep making things and keep changing lives.